Is we come back to the whole argument about the creation of money. Money is loaned into creation. The money that was loaned to Greece came out of nowhere. A bunch of bankers loaned a whole lot of money to Greece. And where did they get that money from to loan it to Greece? They conjured it out of thin air. One moment there's nothing, next moment there's 360 billion euros.
With interest.
And it's got to be paid back with interest. But the bankers who issued that money to Greece didn't have to work for that money, or slave for that money, or save that money, or build up any capital before they could lend that money. What they did was, they basically lobbied a whole bunch of politicians and turned the political and economic system into something where they, and only they, have the power to issue money out of nothing. At the time that Greece was saddled with this debt, Greece was effectively already bankrupt. Now, if you're a banker and you make a loan to someone who's bankrupt and the bankrupt person can't pay your money back, who is on the hook for that? The bankrupt person or the banker? It's not very clear that it's just the bankrupt person's fault. The banker shouldn't have issued the loan in the first place because the receiver of the loan was bankrupt at the time and couldn't repay the loan. You can conjure loans out of thin air. You can give the loans to those people. You can then turn around and say, oh, you can't repay. Now I want all your assets. Now I want your children to work for the rest of their lives to pay me back. I would argue that fraudulently issued debt should not be repaid. And I think it's very important that it not be repaid for a whole number of reasons. Number one, it's fraud.
Right, here's our debt clock still firing up. Now, what he just said there is 100% correct. Fraudulently issued debt, usury, should not have to be repaid. And when en masse they do that, because Greece is the test bed, they're going to do it to Australia. Look at our debt go up. They're going to do it to every single nation on earth. That's why they want Syria and Iran to be dragged into their net as well, because they want to own everything, all of the assets and all of the labour of your children. And that is why, now they couldn't get away with that, and the world will just revolt. But what they're doing is they're trying to set up this world government with this world army and these laws, these surveillance and shoot to kill laws, that they're all designed to stop people doing what he just said. So, we watch these hoaxes and we laugh about, how incompetent they are, but it's no laughing matter. Burke Street, the latest Burke Street, the, obviously the Ariana Grande, the Manchester, all of this stuff has all been staged purely so that they can get laws into the countries to stop people from saying, that's fraudulently issued debt, we're not paying it. They're going to say, we're backed by law, because they write the laws, we're backed by force, and all those bollards that they've got around Melbourne, those crowd control cement blocks, all that stuff is going to be used. That they're thinking way ahead of to what no one else is even thinking ahead. They're thinking already. They're already gone through all the scenarios. They've probably got supercomputers. Okay, so we dropped the Greek debt bomb on Australia. What's going to happen? Okay, we're going to have riots here. All right, we'll have bollards here or crowd controls. We've got shoot to kill. We'll start picking people off. Before that, they'll be surveilling anyone that's going to try and rally resistance. That's all these laws. This whole terror is all about what he just described has happened to Greece, which is asset seizure and then debt slavery.